We're live.
Oh, and there I am dancing. I'm gonna go ahead and try to upload it and save it or share it to SBA. One of these days we'll figure that out.
It should be.
I don't know if it will.
There might be something we have to do in SBA on the page.
Yeah, maybe. Oh,
What's
hey,
up?
I just try to share it to you, just so you know, because I fat fingered it. So we're waiting on Michael Payton. Hopefully, let's see.
Yeah, we're
who we
waiting
got
on
here.
the man. Here, I'm gonna put it up because I want to test my new findings.
Okay.
You're like, okay.
All right.
So we're waiting for the guy that paints these wonderful paintings. That right there is I like the background right there. That's really great.
Yeah, that's cool.
Kind of gives it like a cool or cold feeling.
I think I got it shared to SBA now, so
Okay.
So hopefully that's all coming through.
So, anyways, we'll get back to sharing.
I'm glad you figured that feature out. So let's see.
Hello, Mrs. Church, who's like in the other room.
Well,
so silly.
Hey,
Silly.
She is participating. So
yeah. There's Zach. What's up, Zach Attack?
Hey, look how grown he looks.
I know. He's got like a hero's chin.
Yeah, all chiseled up.
Yeah. Look at this dude.
So what are you drinking?
Oh, excuse me. I am drinking a Modelo Negra. Again, dark beer. It's not as dark as it was last week or 2 weeks ago.
You prefer that dark beer, don't you?
I don't know if it's because we're getting into wintertime. It's fall, dark beer, yum to me. Yeah. It just pairs up with my feelings.
Oh, that was deep. I didn't have time for anything like that because I worked all day. I came home. We've had this crazy ice storm here in Oklahoma, so I had to take a bunch of brush out to the curb. So I just had time to run in, eat. I got the old classic Diet Dr. Pepper, and that's it. So I should have grabbed a bottle of water.
What's up, Big Dog? Oh, congrats to Big Dog.
I saw that. I didn't want to assume that, and I didn't read the rest of the comments, but I just saw the post that he made, and I liked it, but I didn't want to assume what I thought that meant. So maybe he'll let us know. So
yeah, let us know. Is that from us to us?
No. So I saw something weird one day. Tim was actually commenting to a guy on the Cryptoholic page, and it was showing Tim's responses as the Cryptoholic show. And I don't some kind of weird.
That's just part of Tim's mystery.
Yeah. So, but I thought it was weird. So, Zach says he's still 15. Got that chin from my father. There you go.
All right.
That will serve you well, young man.
Yes. So. Like the mess of that dude, you see his chin?
Where's that?
There's Tim, speaking of the devil.
Timbo.
Yeah, my wife's drinking one too. Yes, he's getting married. All right.
Awesome. Congrats.
Well, I wonder what happened. Now she's got you.
Yeah. Got you. Got him. That's all right. It happens to the best of them. So.
Oh yeah. It sure does.
Look at Shane. It's how long you been married, Shane?
10 years.
10 years. Dang. What a brave woman. A very tolerable woman.
Let me see. I'm talking with Michael right now.
Okay.
This is how laid back and unprepared we are.
It's just two guys doing a show, man.
Yeah, man.
I mean, oh, look at this. Let's put this up there.
What is that?
Boom. Pure bliss. I love it.
Purest of the blissfulness.
Y'all are one of my favorite couples, though. So.
Oh wow.
Oh, look at Tim trying to one up everybody. Congrats, Tim.
Yeah, it must be all that potted meat and pickled quail eggs keeps your marriage preserved.
That's probably what it is. Oh, look at this. 40 years high school sweetheart.
Oh wow, that's a milestone right there.
That's amazing.
Your high school sweetheart. That's
Yeah.
Trying to get Michael to click the link.
Click the link.
Click.
I had to move the studio around, so I'm a little off. Everything's not where it's supposed to be, so I'm a little thrown off tonight. So it
says it's giving him some weird page. That's weird. Let's see. I don't know.
Yes, sir. You're too young.
It's true. Oh, your mom likes this beer? Cool. She has good taste then.
Maybe we can get some sponsorship from Modelo.
Maybe.
One day.
Trying to see what's going on. Oh.
Technical difficulties. We could do some Q&A though. Until then, if anybody's got questions.
Yeah. Yeah. Does anybody have any questions? What's going on? What's going on around here?
There you go. You're on it. I heard you clicking it.
That's to you, big dog. Right there, buddy. But I don't have a Modelo pint. Instead, I've got a revolver.
Yeah.
It's kind of blasphemy.
Well, they should send you one. So, yeah, Tim. Well, we could take some Diet Dr. Pepper money too. I'd be fine with that. So.
Oh, look at me. I was young. I was pretty young. Go ahead, Brian.
Yeah, I mean, I think just being boys in general, you're kind of always into that stuff, I remember probably one of the first things I was probably interested in though was the Loch Ness Monster. I just thought that was the coolest thing when I was a kid, and how I wanted to go there and check that out and search for Nessie. But and then getting into Bigfoot, always into Bigfoot.
I see.
Here we go. Here we go.
Boom! There he is.
Great question, Zach.
Yeah.
I am no tech genius. I'll admit it.
That's all right, man.
How are you?
I'm good. Can you guys hear me okay?
Great.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Fantastic. Good to see you guys again.
Hey, you too, man. You too, for sure.
I like the hat.
Thanks.
Hey, man. And that's why I chose the song for the, 2 Tickets to Paradise.
Yeah, I was grooving with it.
Because when I saw him in Jefferson, he had a hat on and he had like that button up, like this dude's fixing to kick rocks and go on vacation. You know what I mean?
Usually feel that way, yeah. Try to get out of town. I figured I'd rock the white hat, since Blackburn and Gebhardt got the black hats covered.
All right. There you go. Yeah, this is mine.
Your video's coming in really good. Are you on a computer or your phone?
I'm on my iPad.
Oh, okay. There you go. That will explain it. So
that'll work.
We were taking some Q&As while we were waiting on you to come on there. So
what'd you guys think of Jefferson?
Oh yeah, it was great.
That was
go ahead.
That was my first conference that I've ever been to, so I was kind of with my artwork, I was kind of putting it all out there on that one, and I figured I'd better, go home to my Texas friends if I'm going to put it all out there. So it was very well received. I had a great time.
Cool.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we were across from you, and like I was telling Brian, like looking at your paintings is way different online than when you see them in person, and how
Oh
big
yeah.
they are.
Oh
Some
yeah.
of them are way bigger than you think they are too. So
Yep.
Yeah, I try to get good as pics as I can when I post them on Facebook or wherever I post them, and it just doesn't do them justice. They're
yeah, it never does with paint. You're right. But seeing them in person, yeah, definitely cool. Very colorful wall going on. Yeah, I was digging that.
yeah, I appreciate that.
Let's.
Oh, Sherry says hi.
Yeah. Hey, Sherry.
Angie saying hi to Michael.
Angie. Hi, Angie. I invited her to the show. We've been chatting back and forth all week long, so it's been a lot of fun.
Cool.
I think you know this person too, right?
I do. That's my dear mother.
Oh,
my biggest supporter.
Yeah, I saw her comment earlier today. She commented and said that she was your mom, so that's awesome.
Yeah, she's fantastic. She's the biggest supporter. She's always been there, even though she doesn't really get the Bigfoot thing, and I don't think anybody in my family does.
Yeah,
they think I'm crazy, but she's always been supportive.
Yeah, I mean that's just the way it is with Bigfoot. My family's that same way, and majority of the friends I have just they don't get it. They just they poke a little fun and say what they need to say, and I take it with a grain of salt. So
yeah, you guys are used to it.
Yeah.
How long you been dealing with the Bigfoot and interested in this?
Go ahead, Shane.
Actually, we're coming up on 3 years as being a collective with our group, and me and Brian, and because I didn't know Brian until any of this. So this whole culture, this whole finding this thing has brought me some really good friends.
Definitely.
Yeah, they seem to be a great group. The Bigfoot people just seem to be great people.
We're a little different.
And my work has been very well received. So
yeah, I think
fantastic.
so. I was going to ask you this. Let me see. Okay, right here. Hey, I'm going to share my screen real quick.
Okay.
Let's see. Okay. So this right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were. You did this after you came back from the?
I did.
Right?
Yeah. Your footprint kind of got me interested in the way that it looked like there was 3 different muscle groups in the ball of the foot, the way that it left the print. So I was trying to work this through in my head of how it works. And actually doing this, I didn't realize there was in the big toe, there's only 3 tarsals, and on the other 4 toes, there's 4. So, looking at the human anatomy and the way that the foot works. And that's when I just kind of did that sketch.
Yeah.
So it was just kind of for me working it through my head and how the foot actually works and the mechanics of it.
I really like this part too, because you're like, boom, that heel's going in, it pops up, and then all this kind of pushes in as it lunges forward. I love that. And being a fellow artist, like I totally respect this. Like you did like a total study of what you saw, and that's pretty cool.
Yeah, there's one I did before that was the muscle tones at the back, and the way that the muscle groups in the back. It's just really fascinating because I've seen a lot, some pictures and drawings and sketches, of the muscle tone in the back. It's just solid, just ripples, and I couldn't really wrap my head around the rippledness of the body, and then doing that sketch and looking at human anatomy. And then trying to correlate that to a Bigfoot, how it ties into the neck, ties into the skull.
Like this one right here.
Yeah, that one right there.
That's awesome.
So to me, that was just kind of an exercise in just anatomy and trying to figure out.
Yeah, I think it's a great exercise. I think this is wonderful. Especially the foot, because I've been wanting to kind of do that myself, but like Michael beat me to it and did all the work. Thanks.
I was actually getting to the point of building a model out of wood or something, to articulate it on how it moves, where that breaking point is, and to be able to put it in sand and say this is the movement, So I'm not
Oh,
quite to that point yet, but
be careful doing that.
Well, I'm telling you, yeah.
no, I mean mostly for a display, mostly for a display at the shows. It's like this is the mechanics of the foot.
You might catch some grief from certain
Maybe.
people
Well,
or something
probably.
like that. Wow.
Yeah.
Ooh.
But no,
Yeah,
I
well,
love that, man. Excellent job. Great job, dude. It's very cool.
yeah, I think it's awesome.
Oh, that's my wife.
Well, she loved
Thank
it.
you.
She loved it.
She loves it. Picture quality is key.
Definitely.
Still haven't figured that out.
Yeah.
I started painting Bigfoot by accident about a year ago, a little over a year ago in July. And I
Okay.
painted it on a little small surfboard. And it was and I couldn't think of anything to put because I was doing surfboards. And then I did one on a surfboard and I did one on a snowboard. And I was like, hey, Bigfoot's kind of cool. And so I posted it, got a lot of feedback. So then I started doing the foot, the 18-inch, I call footies. I started doing a bunch of those. And oh my gosh, the feedback was just phenomenal. I mean, it was just phenomenal. And I'd started doing like tropical sunsets and really whimsical skies with elephants and dogs and stuff like that. And, and they're cute and people like them. But man, I've never had anything take off like this Bigfoot, has taken off. So I've only been painting Bigfoot about a year, a little over a year. And so it's just kind of grown. And all the things that I want to paint, with Bigfoot, the comical ones, the whimsical ones, and then being able to do the sketches for people that have had eyewitness sightings. I mean, that's just been a blast. That's like
Now
icing
that's
on the cake.
exciting right there.
It really is. It really is. Some of the stories I've heard is, it really shocks me when I hear it, and I try to take everything as valid as it can be. But when you hear stuff like, somebody having a sighting and they're 20 inches away because it's on the other side of glass, and they can tell me the details of the nostrils, they can tell me the details of the eyes, they can tell me the wrinkles in the face, that's really phenomenal. So
Yes.
and that's neat stuff. And I love to get those up close sightings, reports like that, and being able to sketch what they saw and give them, something that they can, I guess, either relive it or validate it, to whoever they were with or themselves.
It's
And I've
therapeutic
gotten,
too.
it is, yeah. And I've gotten a lot of that, where I've done sketches for people, and it was like it wasn't really real until they, saw it.
That's crazy. So, what else do you do besides Bigfoot for people that aren't familiar with you?
I've done, I do just about everything. What you see behind me, some Southwest stuff. Um, I, I enjoy doing the tropical stuff. I tease my wife, when I retire, I'm going to move down to Belize and I'm going to paint tropical sunsets on cardboard boxes for the tourists for beer money.
There
So
you go.
it's, not a bad
Yeah.
retirement.
Hey, Belize is awesome. I went there last year.
Oh, did you? I love
Yeah,
Belize.
yeah.
Love
I'm
Belize.
actually thinking about going back. I thought it was a very cool place.
Where were you at?
We came in on a ship, so I'm trying to think
Okay.
what that is.
You
Belize
were,
City or something
yeah,
like that.
you maybe. Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know if you came in on a cruise ship to Belize City. Some cruise lines have an island that they kind of take you to off the coast of Belize.
We went
And
mainland for some excursions.
okay.
Yeah, and kind of got off the beaten path. We didn't do the ship's excursions. We
They
booked
got
our
some
own stuff.
great jungle tours. We had some fantastic zip lines.
Yeah, I did a zip line. We did some cave tubing.
Yeah.
Met a lot of local people. Went to like local stores and stuff that are on, in the main
People were
part.
great. The
Yeah,
people were
it's
fantastic
and
and genuine.
it's such a variety of people. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, and English is like their main language, so that
Yep.
kind of threw me off. And I mean, it's just a cool place, and they're real accepting of Americans, is what one guy was telling me. So
we went on a jungle excursions, and our driver was first generation Mayan, right out of the jungle.
Whoa.
Wow.
So when when we were asking him questions, we were talking to him, and and I asked him, "What's it like when you go back to the village?" He said, "Man, when I go back, I'm a rock star. They want to know everything. What did you see? What did you drive? What did you eat? What?"
Yeah.
So it's like
Wow.
that's cool to meet a first generation
Yeah.
person, Mayan right out of the jungle. It was really cool.
Yeah,
You didn't
it's
happen to
cool
ask him what he saw in the jungle, did you? Like any kind of boogity
No,
boogity.
like I said, I've only been in Bigfoot for a little over a year. I would have asked
Dang
him.
it. We gotta send Mike back to Belize.
I will happily go and research it for you because I
Yeah,
hear there's some incredible stuff in the jungle that's been
we'll set up a
recorded.
GoFundMe and we'll all three go. How about that? So
There you go.
I
There you go.
actually asked my guy that I was with, and it wasn't so much as Bigfoot, but they do have some other cryptid that's a small, like a troll type creature that he was telling me about that seemed kind of cool. So, but I don't know much. But he told me the name, but it was a some weird name. I don't
think it's
remember.
worth investigating for sure.
Yeah, let's go. All right,
And the beer's good.
I'm available. I'm available. Let's go.
And the beer's good.
They've got a beer down there called Belican, and it's fantastic. I love it.
I'm already sold.
Yeah.
That's all it took.
Beaches, Belicans, and Bigfoot. What more do you need?
What more do you want? Oh my God. So what was has someone ever told you about their experience and you were just like it was like more so terrifying that maybe you didn't want to do it or anything of that nature?
There's been a couple that have really terrified people and I don't know how many times they've told their story. Maybe they were just more comfortable with it, telling it over and over. Probably been a little different if I was the first person they told. But no, not really anything that was that I didn't want to paint. There was one that kind of brought me to tears. There was a young lady, and I'm not going to mention her name, but there was a young lady that posted on Facebook that she lost her Bigfoot collection in a fire. And so I sent her a message and I said, tell me what you want on Bigfoot. I'll paint you anything you want to get your collection started over again. So she said, can you paint Bigfoot with my cat? Yeah, okay. So she sent me pictures of her cat, which was a Siamese. And so I painted a picture of Bigfoot holding his hand out, with the cat sitting in her hand. So it was just the hand and the cat, and the cat's got a very happy look on his face. And she calls me and she's like in tears. And she said, oh my God, that looks just like Binks, which was the name of her cat. And I said, that's fantastic. She goes, yeah, I lost Binks in the same fire. And I just went, oh my God.
Man.
And I said, had you told me that before I painted it, there's no way I could have gotten that result.
Yeah.
But that's what she needed. I mean, she needed that result. I mean, so yeah.
That's good stuff, Mike.
I was bawling.
Yeah.
I was in tears.
I bet.
So yeah, that was probably my toughest one. And there's a little tree that I painted below it, and in the branches of the tree, I put Binksy, Binxy. And I said, I don't know what you called your cat, but I put Binksy in the tree. She goes, oh my God, that's what we called him, Binksy. I was like, well, that's what I'd have called him. So,
wow.
But yeah, it just really hit home. So a lot of these, when I do sketches for people that are very specific to what's going on, I just kind of tune in to what, I guess, empathically or whatever, what they're seeing, what they're feeling, what they're going with. And there's been a couple of times it's just from a description, I'll just quickly sketch it out and they're going, oh my God, that's it. That's it. And it's like, really? The first time? Seriously? I mean, I don't get to modify this? No, that's it. That's it. That's perfect. And it was like, no way I'm going to hit it the first time. But yeah, there's been a couple of those.
Wow. Men in Black are going to come pick you up so you can be the Bigfoot forensic sketch guy.
I was online earlier today looking at big forensic artists. What does it take to be a forensic artist to do that? So yeah, this is fun stuff. I love it. How I got doing the sketches for Eyewitness is I think I posted a Bigfoot picture and I got an email, a friend request, I believe, from Sue Gosling. You know who Sue is? Brian Gosling, Sue Gosling.
Oh yeah.
So I got a friend's request from Sue. I didn't
that
make
is
the
super
connection.
Cool right there.
And we got to chatting. And I asked Sue, I said, does anybody ever try to paint or sketch Brian's sighting? She said, yeah, there's been a number of people do it, but no one has done it to where, to what he said, that's it. They keep trying to do it for commercial value or, whatever prints well. And I said, the thing, would Brian be willing to work with me? I'd give it as long as it took just to try to nail this down, because hell, I'm curious what it looks like, because this is, probably one of the best documented, verifiable, whatever sightings, from years ago, 76, I believe. And she said, I'll talk to him. So she talked to him, got back with me. So she gave me her story. She told me all the details, gave me everything I needed. So I go to work on it. I get a sketch done, and I feel pretty confident. So I went ahead and painted it, but I left a couple of variables in the areas, to make some changes.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things that she said is when he turned the flashlight on, it put its hands up to its face.
Yeah.
To cover his face, and he could see one bright red eye. So when I painted it like this, to where he's looking through his hands and his hands are up kind of in a defensive position. She said, no, it wasn't like that. It was like this. Huh. And I went, what? She said, yeah, he was covering his face. And so I'm thinking about this. I said, that's not a defensive posture. That's like, the light's hurting my damn eyes.
Yeah, kind of like when you walk.
Yeah, it's like he's not afraid of you. It's not, Yeah. And I say, that's scary. Being that close, you shining the light in his face, he's not afraid. He's just, it's bothering my eyes. So I had to completely discard that and start all over again. But it turned out, and she showed it to him, and he said, that's it. That's the one. I said,
that's cool.
Just keep going. Just things that she kept saying, wider shoulders, wider shoulders, taller. I just kept going until we finally got what she said it was. And that was great working with him. I sent him a couple of paintings. I sent him that one. I sent him a few others. And it just so happens that the Whitehall Bigfoot Festival in last year, 2019, was like 2 weeks away. So she was nice and generous enough to put up a big display for me with the paintings that were there. Was really, really generous of her. So
that is very cool.
But that was that was my first eyewitness sighting. So
that's one of my all-time favorites.
Yeah,
period.
It was a good one.
Hands down. I mean, yeah, too many authorities witnessed that. And, oh my God, what a great sighting!
So since then, I've done 3 book covers from a number of artists or authors. I'm working on the 4th. Hopefully, I'll do a few more this year, which was kind of neat. So I've done it quite a bit in the first year. Very, very pleased.
Yeah. Now, is this what you do? For you?
What's that?
Is this your full-time job? Like, this is what you do?
It is right now.
Okay.
With when COVID came, I was a facilities manager for a charter school, and they didn't renew my contract because they were kind of concerned of what money they're going to have where. Mm-hmm. So my contract did not get renewed. So
that's basically what happened to me.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
But the first year that I painted over 300 paintings. So, wow. I mean, even when I was working, it was just very prolific. I just kept going and kept going and kept going.
You got the itch and you started scratching, sir.
And I'm still scratching, man. I'm doing 2 or 3 sketches a day and maybe get one paint.
Yeah, I noticed that. I'm like, this dude's keeping his discipline at bay,
And I just started working with oils, which is something new that I've done.
Oh yeah. Just look at that.
Yeah, you said you think this is my medium, so
yeah, I think oils definitely. Yeah, I'm going to share my screen. I know it takes forever.
Yeah, the one I just did. I swear that was.
Let's see. Let me
the best face I've ever painted, and I haven't finished it yet. But yeah, those last two or three. Yeah.
Yeah, this one I thought was great too. I think they're both great, but this was the first one I saw.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm digging it, man. I'm digging your style, and then the oils are definitely dancing with your style. And,
it just takes some time. I'm about as ADHD as you can get, so waiting that long for oil to dry is ridiculous. I got like 3 or 4 going at one time. Wait for them to dry to move to the next step.
Yeah, this one's cool too. I like the colors. I like the skies you're doing. Let's mention that to Brian.
Yeah, the tropical stuff I I do is
There's She
she's
Squatch.
fantastic.
She Squatch. Yeah.
Yeah,
Recognize her anywhere.
I did that after I got back.
It's that eyebrow, man.
Yeah. that unibrow.
Yeah, that's signature right there, buddy.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, what else? I was going to ask you. Let's see.
Those
These
a
are
lot
great
of
too. I like
a
these
lot of these
close-ups.
sketches here are actually eyewitness sketches that have either been rejected or they're ones that I kept the original of. But those are all based on eyewitness sightings, or the majority of what you have there.
Oh, I love this piece right here, sir. I'm digging this one.
Which one is that one?
Oh, yeah, that's cool.
Oh, the collage?
Yeah, you just have, yeah, it's almost like a storyboard or a comic, or there's a lot of stuff going on. There's, I dig it.
Just recently did another one like that, but it's a family. It's with kids and juveniles, and
Oh, wow.
yeah, that's from a sighting.
Those eyes,
Yeah.
I mean, you really get into them eyes.
That's
what brings it to life for me.
That one to me looks like a Native American grandmother. That kind of looks like my Native American grandmother.
Oh wow!
But when I did this was actually a sighting and reminded me of a Native American, an older Native American grandmother lady.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. We can't keep this up too long because Ernie might steal it and use it as his profile picture.
One of the first questions I ask when I do a sketch for somebody is, whether it's more ape or more human, as far as the face. And, I get a lot of different responses from different parts of the country.
Hey, are you ever going to take like that data and maybe, not make a graph, but you know what I mean? Like,
I've got a project in the back of my head that I'd like to do. I'd like to find me about a dozen or so people that have had very close eyewitness sightings. We take it from the very beginning to the finished sketch. And during, and I document this process all along the way, but I'm going to do it in a way that it's duplicatable, because I think this would be a good museum exhibit. These Bigfoot museums, here's their story. This is where we started. This is the final sketch of where we ended up, and you can kind of see different regional, faces, what they look like regionally. Because it seems, from what I'm hearing, what I understand, and I have my own weird theory about this, but in the Pacific Northwest and less populated areas, they seem to be more apish, aboriginal. As you get closer to populated areas, the more human that they begin to look. Get a lot of sightings out of Ohio, believe it or not. I haven't gotten any definitive stuff out of Texas. I haven't talked to anybody in Texas. I haven't done any sketches for anybody in Texas or Arkansas or in that little area that we've talked about before. I haven't gotten anything out of there. I tried to get some skunk ape stuff. Wasn't getting a whole lot out of Florida, so just a few sightings there. But it seems to be as they get more towards populated areas, with the exclusion of Florida, that they seem to be more human featured. Not so bulky, not so big, not so hairy.
I think the human featured ones would probably give me the creeps more than seeing like a more gorilla face typed looking creature,
And I hear people say that, they look so human. They look so human. The eyes, the nose, except for the brow ridge, they've got a thicker brow line, more of a pointing to the head, those type of things. But they say, the nose, the cheeks, the mouth, it looks so human, or their bottom lip is really big. And there's not much of a top lip. So a lot of different facial. I mean, it seems like there's as many faces out there that
I'm telling you
that there are humans.
Oh, I really like this one too.
Oh, my Yeti, yeah.
Yeah, this one's cool.
Yeah, I brought that.
Oh, what's cool is
didn't sell.
Was when we were across from you in Jefferson, it looked like you kept most of your paintings that were in windows on top. So it just looked like there was all these windows up there with all these things.
Oh,
Just coming up, looking at you.
Yeah, that was cool. Oh, that's a close
I
up
like
too.
that. I like the eye. Yeah,
that
that's
one got
awesome.
a lot of feedback from people.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, that would definitely make you have to change your pants if that was peeking through your window.
When I do one and I get a lot of feedback like this one here, I got a lot of feedback on this one. I know I'm on the right track.
Yeah, see, like
Mhm.
for me personally, this probably resembles what I saw more than anything, except for the face. The skin tone was black
Yeah,
instead
and
of that
see,
grayer look.
I get a lot of that, but to paint it in like a black and gray scale, it just does.
Mhm.
I mean, artistic value, it just has none.
Yeah,
It's just
sure.
dark, and that's what most of the sightings are. I mean, it's just like, it's too dark. I couldn't see details. I couldn't see this or couldn't see that.
Yeah, some people
Well,
explain it's
So
like they're so dark that they absorb the light.
yeah. So
Yeah,
when I do sketches or paintings for people, I'll give them that. But when I do it for me, this is kind of the stuff that I do where you can see the features. So there's a reason I don't do it in just the black and the grayscales.
sure. Yeah, mine was a daytime sighting. Tim Autry and we were, I don't know, 65, 75 yards away. And ours lasted, I don't know, it seemed like forever, but it was probably a minute or so. But yeah, it was almost pitch black face. So,
Yeah, it's hard to get detail with the blacks, but
mhm.
yeah, I've done a few of those in painting, and giving people what they want. This is what you saw. This is the way it was. And generally, I don't post any of those. Those are kind of private between me
Yeah.
and
Oh no, for sure.
whoever I'm consigning with. So
Sure.
those all kind of either I'll send them the originals, or we just agree that they keep it, post it, print it, whatever. So generally, I don't post any of those. This is the kind of stuff I enjoy. This is the whimsical stuff. This is where my humor comes out. Where
Yeah.
I get to do these and the Bigfoot funnies. Did you guys see those over the?
No,
No,
I've seen a few.
I saw where you posted something about it, but then I didn't. I haven't been on Facebook. We had a ice storm here in Oklahoma, so
I started them right when COVID hit. Back in March, April, May.
Yeah.
And I was doing like one or two a day, and then I just kind of got burnt out.
No, I like this work you're doing here. This is fabulous. Digging it. And you're right. Their proportions are a little bit different in each one. They're kind of the same, but the distance between their eyes or their nose or that
head on the last one matches mine. So yeah, right there. Yeah, the top part of the head. Yeah, the cone. Yeah. Okay. And those dark eyes. I mean, they were like midnight. They had like no color to them.
Have you had any reports of the red rings around the irises?
I have not.
See, I hadn't heard anything else, and that was that sighting that was 20 inches away. The lady had gone into her kitchen and she heard her deck squeak. So she goes to the sliding glass door. There was no curtain or anything on the sliding glass door. It was just black outside. The room that she was in was dark. So she goes and flips the switch, and she said she couldn't see anything for a couple of seconds, but it's got his hands above the window, the sliding glass door, and it's got his face about 20 inches from her face on the other side of the glass. Wow. So she's looking at its chest, and she can't see anything. So she's got her hands up to the glass trying to look out to see what's out there. And it's just a black mass. And then she looks up, and the face is right there. Wow. So she was able to give me tons of detail. But when I asked her, I said, are you sure it was male? And she goes, I didn't look down, but I know it was male. Yeah. And it's like,
wow.
I'd like for you to look down. I want some of those details too.
And this is outside of her house?
Yeah, it's right outside her house.
Oh my gosh. This is what I want to happen.
What was her address again?
Yeah.
Wow.
I think it was in Ohio. This was an Ohio sighting also.
Oh, I'll try.
Ohio Grassman.
But she said there's a number of them out there at her place. It was something else that, you hear about the mimicking. Mimicking owls, dogs, cats, horses, whatever. He said this thing would call her daughter's name, like her voice. So her daughter would think that mom is calling her, but it's not mom. So, and it will mimic her cat. Like the cat's outside the door, meowing, but the cat's sitting right next to her. So
that's freaky right there.
Yeah.
Man.
Yes. Say she wasn't really worried until it started giving her gifts. It started leaving gifts on her car, little feathers, sticks, shiny rocks. And she said then she got a little worried that it might be might have feelings for her.
Yeah, he might be wooing her.
Yeah. The calling the kid though, that's creepy right there. So.
Yeah, and that story, the way that she told that was that she had to go to work, and it was like 5:30 in the morning. Sun hadn't come up yet. She goes out to her car to start her car, let it warm up. She hears her mom calling her to come back in, and it was just calling her name, but calling her like, come here, So she goes back in the house. Her mom's asleep, so she goes and wakes her mom, and she goes, "What do you need?" She goes, "What? You just called me." "No, I didn't." So she goes back out to the car. It's like, oh, that's weird. And it happens again.
Wow.
And she's like, this is just bizarre. So she could tell that it was coming from the corner of the house, in the dark spot of the house, around the edge of the mobile home. And she's like, no. So she hopped in the car and got the hell out of there.
No way.
So, yeah. It's scary.
That would freak me out.
Brian,
your mama's calling. Yes, dear.
I'd like to see Bigfoot imitate my mom. She's from Tennessee. She's got a weird way she says my name. So
he might give up.
He might, yeah.
He might. Give up on that
one. And my mom's crazy, so she probably try to stab him for trying to impersonate her. So.
Wow.
My mom's a little different. My mom, her name is Poochie.
Poochie.
So if that tells you anything, you just don't imitate a woman named Poochie.
No, you don't. So, I wouldn't mess with a woman named Poochie either.
Oh, you wouldn't. She'd be on you like a spider monkey, all 5'2" of her. She's a crazy. She had a birthday yesterday. 74 years old, my mom.
Hey,
yeah.
Happy birthday to your mom.
Yeah, happy birthday, Poochie. So she has no internet, no Facebook, none of that. So
what's her thoughts on Bigfoot?
That I'm insane. Absolutely insane. Her and my brother, my younger brother, I guess the brother right underneath me, just shake their head every time I talk about it. And she's always, I called her from Squatch Creek one day, or actually she called me. I was in Squatch Creek alone. This was probably, I don't know, a couple months ago when I went down there, Shane. And she happened to call me as I was walking down the creek looking for tracks. And I answered the phone and she's like, "What are you doing?" I said, "Well, I'm down here looking for Bigfoot." And she goes, "Well, who's with you?" And I was like, "Nobody's with me." And I was like, "I'm by myself." "Well, aren't you scared?" And I said, "No." And she goes, "Tell your brother where you're at and we're going to come with you."
That's funny.
She's like, "I don't want you in the woods alone." And I was like, funny. Oh my God, if she knew how many times I've been in the woods alone, she probably would have died of a heart attack. But yeah, she doesn't believe, but yet she's afraid for me. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
I don't know. It's a mom thing, I guess. So
I don't know if you guys met my son when I brought him to the Texas conference. I got a 16-year-old son. His name's Jacob, and he's like my worst critic. I mean, he's the worst critic. I'll paint something and I'll show him, and he'll go, it's like, look at this, and he's like, yeah, but it's Bigfoot, So I get my first book cover, and the guy, and I'm holding out. And it's like, look, this is my art on this book. And he goes, yeah, but it's Bigfoot. I get like the second book. Take it, look, here's the second book. And he goes, that's my art. Yeah, but it's Bigfoot. So I told him, we're going to go to this conference in Texas. I said, we're going to get down there and I'm going to know all these guys that I've never met. We've been Facebook friends for a year. I know all these people. I just can't wait to meet them. And it's like, I'm going to get down there. I could be like a Bigfoot rock star, and you're going to have to admit it, that your dad is the shit. He gets down there and he's like,
say it.
Nothing.
Say it.
But about halfway through the show, he leans over and he goes, Dad, do you have any idea how much money I have in my pocket?
Yeah.
I was letting him keep the money for the pair.
What?
He was supposed to do the tally, right? And he was
Yeah.
putting
Hey,
all
money
the
talks,
money in
man.
his click. He goes, "You have no idea how much money is in my pocket." I said, "No, I don't." He goes, "I love Bigfoot."
Oh, okay.
So
That's
my
all right.
I
God.
won him over, but the money's talking.
Hey,
Oh,
it usually does. So
that's funny. Okay, so that was your son. Okay, over
That
there
was my
with you.
son. That was my son.
yeah,
Okay.
It's my
I thought it.
16-year-old
I
son.
thought it might have been. So
Yeah, little mini me.
He was
there you
trying.
go.
He was being kind of subdued and just kind of observing, and watching.
You know, he started off kind of slow, but then at the end, you know, we were packing up, and he goes, "We got one sculpture left," and I said, "Go sell it." He goes, "I'm going to." He goes, "What can I take?" I said, "Take it, get in, whatever you can get for it." So he
Yeah.
takes off. He comes back 5 minutes later. He goes, "I got full price. I got full price." It's like, okay, now I got a little salesman on here.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Hey,
Is
Yeah,
he?
that's right up
he
your
did
alley,
really good.
Brian.
Yeah,
Yeah, I like the kid already. It,
he's a good kid. He's a good
is
kid.
he? Is he artistic like yourself?
Not really. No,
Okay.
no. I mean, he probably is, but he doesn't really pursue it, or you know. But
Into
he
into,
probably
into
is.
other things right now. So
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it took me. You know, we were competitively shooting for a while, and he
Oh,
kind of phased off into uh, Xbox or
oh yeah,
whatever
oh yeah,
you call it for a
yeah.
couple of years, and so I just recently got him back, and now
kids.
we're starting to compete again. And now that you can't find 9mm ammo anywhere, it's
Oh yeah,
it
that's
makes it
true.
really tough.
Oh,
Hey,
that's so true.
So
we have some. So
yeah, I
my
go
my
through about 1,000 rounds a month, so I don't
my
know.
my, my son's a small arms dealer. You can find him
Oh,
by
is
the
he?
Yeah,
yeah,
yes.
yeah.
I wish I'd have known that when I was
Yeah.
down there.
We were talking one day here a couple months ago, and I said somebody's looking for 9mm ammo, and he goes, "Well, we got it." And I said, "Well, how much do we got?" He goes, "I don't know, about 12,000 rounds." And I was like, "Okay, yeah, we could sell the guy some then if you
Yeah,
want to."
that'll hold me for 6-8 months.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, we're
Yeah, I
crazy
wish I'd
like
have known that when I was down there. I'd have loaded my truck up with 9mm ammo since my
yeah,
son was holding the cash.
yeah. If I'd have
Your
not, if
son's
I'd have
got all
known,
this
I'd have,
cash, and you got all these bullets.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
it's a match made in heaven, in my opinion. So
yeah. He's like, "Dad, you know, there's a gun store. Let's stop. Let's stop." Oh,
Yeah.
they're out. Okay, go to
so
the next one.
you don't live in Texas then, right?
No, I do not. I grew up in Lubbock and Austin. I graduated high school in Austin. I was born in Lubbock and got
Okay,
family both Wimberley area and all around Lubbock. So,
okay.
and graduated Texas Tech and moved to Colorado, and I've been stuck here ever since.
Well, ain't nothing wrong
Nice.
with that.
Nothing wrong
Yeah,
with
I don't
being
like
stuck
the
in
cold though.
Colorado.
I'm a beach
Uh,
guy.
yeah,
Hence the
you are a
the
beach
Panama.
guy. I can tell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, do you have any other conferences lined out? I know we got one
You
this
know,
weekend in Oklahoma.
when in January of last year, I wanted to do 3 conferences. I wanted to do the International Conference of Washington. I wanted to do the one in Ohio, and I wanted to do the one in Florida, and then hopefully try to get to the one in Texas. So I'd already put my money down for the one in the international one in Washington, and got a booth, got everything. I was all excited. Canceled, and then everything just
Yep.
canceled.
Yep.
Like
So
dominoes.
when I heard about the Texas one coming up, I was I'd kind of been in depression, been in a funk for a couple of months. Didn't paint, didn't sketch, didn't do anything. Just been in a funk. And I heard about the Texas one, and I said, you know, if I could get to that one, you know, that'd be cool. And I was about 8 weeks away. So I got in touch with Craig and said, is it still on? He said, yeah. I said, seriously? I said, okay, I haven't seen my mom. I need to see my mom. I've been trying to work this in. She's in Lubbock. So, you know, if I can arrange this and, you know, go see mom for a week or so, go hit the Texas conference, come back and quarantine for a while and, you know, head back to Colorado. I said, you know, it might work. And maybe I can get rid of these 500 paintings all over this house. So, and it kind of spurred me to start painting again. So I guess, you know, to me, it was kind of a lifesaver that I was able to start again um, and just took off and just been painting, you know, 1 or 2 a day since. And most of the stuff, the recent stuff I painted, ended up selling in Texas. So I'm not low on inventory by any means.
Yeah.
Hey, you're selling art. That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know?
I'm knee deep right now, so
Do you have like
I
an
need to do
online
another
store?
conference. I've got an Fine Art America page where I have most of my tropical stuff, different stuff, everything other than Bigfoot. Because when I was doing the Bigfoot, I was mostly just doing the footies, and those you can't really post on Fine Art America. I opened
Okay.
an Etsy. I did an Etsy site. I think I only posted a couple on there, but at the time, everything I was painting was selling. So I mean, it was I'd paint it, post it, boom, sell it, paint it, post it, sell it, boom. So I really wasn't trying to increase sales. And then I started doing the necklace, the pendant things. I know you guys probably saw those
Yeah.
um, at the show. And then most of those were I was donating to conferences or door prizes, or I would paint something specific for a conference, for a fundraiser. I think I did probably 50 paintings last year that I shipped out for fundraisers and door prizes. So, and that was
Wow.
kind of cool because every now and then I'll be cruising through websites and I'll see one of my paintings in somebody's background. It's like, how did they get that? Where did they get that? Which conference did they go to get that? So it's cool. It's cool to see
Yeah,
my
that
work
is
in
cool.
the background, of podcasts and stuff like that, and just
Yeah.
people in their home showing me their Bigfoot wall, and it's like, yeah, I got one on that wall.
I need to go on there then and get me one for my wall. I got to
You're
move
gonna
the.
need to, yeah,
Yeah,
you got a big blank spot right there that I
I
can
got a
fill
huge
for you.
blank. I actually just moved my computer last night, so I'm in a spot that I'm normally not in. My desk is flopped backwards, so I'm all out of it today. You know what I mean? So if I seem a little
You need some
slow,
artwork on that wall.
yeah, it's because everything is opposite. It's like my monitor's here and it should be here, and I'm just weird today.
You're
So
just thrown off, man.
I am way thrown off today. Way thrown off. So I
It's
was
that
just
blue
lucky I had
moon.
internet. Maybe I don't know. So lack of sleep and everything else, maybe I don't know, added to it. So
It's the election.
Yeah.
It's the blue moon. It's the
Oh
COVID.
my God.
It's
I can't wait for tomorrow just to be over with.
just
will it
Is it
be?
is it going to be the
Uh,
beginning or
no.
the end, or the end of the
I was
beginning?
gonna say, yeah, will it
Yeah,
be
you're
over
right
with?
about that.
That's the thing. So hell, tomorrow there'll be the vote and everything, and then on the 5th they'll talk about 2024. You know what I mean? They'll start the
Yeah,
campaigning right then. So it never ends. So
That's
yeah. If
true.
we can get some quick results, that'd be great. But I think it's just going to drag on a while.
I think it will too. I think unless it's a landslide, it's gonna drag. So not to
Yay.
get too political. So
Okay, we can't get political.
not too political.
Okay.
We'll have everybody on here fighting if we
Oh,
get too
dude.
political.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Fired up.
Jeez. You'll see the
Geez.
comments just rolling. So what is this here? Well, somebody's talking smack about me. What's new, Brian? You always backwards. I am always backwards, Doug. I mean, everybody knows that. So the things I have to
Uh,
deal with, Mike. It's just unreal. So
well, we've got let's see, January's coming up. Wintertime's coming up. So back out there at the creek is where I'll be.
So
Uh,
do you go out year round?
yes.
yep.
But there's only, let's see, January and from January into late spring is when we found
Hmm.
stuff out there.
Yep.
And
So,
you guys, what area of Texas are you based out of? Or
well, I live in Burleson. I'm just south of Fort Worth.
okay.
But
And
Brian,
I'm west of Oklahoma City.
Oh, so you're in Oklahoma. Okay.
Yep.
I'm the only one. I think I'm pretty much the only one in Texas in our core group.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh, by the
Everybody
way,
else is
I can't find my SBA sticker, the one you gave
Uh-oh.
me. I tore up my everything. I still can't find it.
Oh,
So
I'll send you one, dude.
I'll get you. I'll send you a painting, you guys, a couple paintings, and send me back a sticker
They're hot
because I
items,
can't find
Mike.
it. I know it. I know it.
Somebody
That's
probably
why.
stole it from you. Somebody
That's why
probably stole it.
it
They're hot
probably
items.
did. My son probably sold it. To tell you the truth.
They're on the eBay.
He may have. He may have.
He probably
like-
sold it.
Yeah,
He's like,
he
those
probably
guys are
sold
getting
it.
$5 for those. I'm
Yeah.
gonna go
He
panhandle
probably
this
did.
thing. That's awesome if
Oh,
you
that's
did.
funny.
So
Oh
that'd
my
be
God.
cool.
No, but like after going out there for as long as we have, we've kind of cornered it down to certain time periods. Tim's even got some moon stuff going on with crescent moons, and it kind of adds up too. It's just weird stuff that we really don't want to put together, but it's kind of like falling in our laps that way.
Yep.
So,
yeah, I've got a friend that does some squatching, I guess, up in Bailey Estes Park area, and I asked him earlier this week. I said, "Did you think the fires have pushed them out from those areas that I don't know if you guys are aware, but we've had horrendous forest fires up in that area." And he said, "Yeah, most definitely. If it didn't push them out, they either went out of state or they went underground." Not quite sure what he meant underground, but he says he's going to go back in first of the spring and see if he can find out, because I think it was a pretty big clan with a lot of young ones. So hopefully they got out safe. And
wow.
There's a big group of people, or I don't want to say big group, but there's a group of people who feel like a lot of them are underground, like in caves and things like that. So that's probably what he meant by that.
Entirely possible. Entirely possible.
Yeah.
I mean, I've talked to different people. I even heard a theory that there was in Arkansas. This person was talking to me about how they were engineered that way to work hard underground for a long period of time, and then when they were done, they could teleport back up to, above ground.
Oh, so, teleport!
Dude, I kept a straight face, like I was playing poker.
Yeah,
good job.
I was like, oh, okay, I wasn't there. I don't know. So, yeah.
Yeah. Another thing during the COVID, I'd always wanted to write a book. So there's been a couple of topics that I've got started on, never got finished, and I came up with this concept. My wife and I actually helped me on that, come up with a concept, but I sat down in a month and wrote a book.
Wow.
So hopefully it's in editing now, and I'll be able to publish that first of the year, hopefully around the first of the year.
This dude is like busy.
So, yeah.
Writing
it's a good one, man. You're gonna like it. It's got a bunch of cool twists.
Okay. Is it Bigfoot themed or?
It's not. It's Bigfoot themed. Okay. It's not based on anything other than, from what I've heard, based on being around Bigfoot. So it's not a expert witness book. It's more of a short story novel type thing, novella. So right now it's about 115 pages, 118 pages. I'd like to stretch it to about 150. But I've got some of my illustrations in there. But I think it's pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Yeah,
cool story.
Cool. And you don't have to hire an illustrator.
There you go. Do my own covers.
Yeah. I mean, you can have me scratch it for you.
There you go.
Little stick figure or something, yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to do about 4 or 5 more covers this year.
I bet.
And I talked to Craig. I asked him if I could get a shot at the next year's conference cover art or poster art for the conference. So he said, sure. So I'll work on something for that. And hopefully next year you might be able to see my artwork on the
that'd be cool.
Texas conference.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, that'd be sweet.
That's awesome.
Do a little t-shirt design or something.
Hopefully we have more conferences next year.
Oh man, I hope so.
Yeah, one you need to check out, Mike, is the Honubby one here in Oklahoma.
Oh, that's a good one.
Honubby
in Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm.
When is it?
It's usually the first Saturday in October.
Okay.
So that's one you definitely want to put on your calendar. It's there's a whole story behind that area with Bigfoot.
Oh my God, what a great one!
Yeah, and so it's a huge festival. I think it's Friday, Saturday, and a little bit Sunday, isn't it, Shane?
Yeah. Friday, Saturday, a little bit Sunday.
Yeah, and it draws a huge crowd because it's not so like the Southeast conference we were at. That's more themed for Bigfoot researchers and people that take this really serious, because of the admission price, whereas the conference in Honubby is a free for all. I mean, it's everyone's just walking in. So you get people that are there just for the novelty of it, just.
Oh, you would do great out there.
So if you outside booth there with your artwork, I mean, you would clean house.
They'll just keep funneling in.
Yep.
Cool.
And then they have
it on my calendar.
Yeah, they have the speaker section. It's a building where they have the speakers. Like Lyle is usually there, guys like that. And yeah, and to participate in that, that's where you pay. So if you want to hear those guys, you pay that price. Go in. I think it's like $20. You go in there, sit in for the day, and listen to their speech, and their presentation or whatnot. But everything outside is live music. There's food trucks, things like
Lots of
that.
different food, yes.
Yeah,
All right.
and
All right.
yeah, and a lot of vendors. So I know, Billy McDonald. Billy
Yeah.
was set up
Bigfoot
there
Billy.
last year. Yeah,
Yeah.
he was set up there last year selling some of his stuff. So yeah, it's a cool event. So
Yeah, when I saw Billy, I looked over and I was like, man, you look familiar. And so I had to go back to Facebook. It's like, oh, we're Facebook friends. Oh, we have been for a year.
yeah,
No wonder he looks familiar.
Yeah.
old Bigfoot Billy. So
Yeah.
Bigfoot Billy.
That was a lot of fun meeting all the people, having people coming up and introduce themselves to me. I've seen your work. I've been watching your work. I've never commented, but it was really fulfilling. It really was.
It's cool, right?
It is.
That's why I like going, just talking to people. That's the best part.
So, yeah, I'd love to do a couple more shows next year. I think it'd be a lot of fun just to get out, and heck, if I could make a living at it, it's even better.
yeah, why not?
Hey, Michael, that'd be one. That'd be something you could tackle. Is the siege of Honubby. You need to look that up and listen to it.
I'll look into it.
I bet
it's
you
a great story.
That'll fuel a picture in your head, if not anything, because wow, it's a good one.
Yep.
It is. Wow.
I'll definitely look into it. See what I come up with.
Yeah, it's in eastern Oklahoma. The town is Honobia, pronounced Honubby. So yeah, check it out. Matter of fact, we have the contact information for the lady that runs that. Jolly is her name.
Jolly.
So, yeah, we can always get that info to you if you want to look into that next year. So
absolutely. Yeah, any of the conferences, I like sending my art, especially if they're gonna go to a good cause, fundraisers, or just even door prizes. Send a little something just to get my stuff out there.
yeah, definitely. So
Yeah, man, all the way. Spread your love, man.
There you go, man.
I gotta say something cheesy every now and again.
that's how we roll. So I wasn't sure if we saw this earlier. I was trying to catch all the comments.
That's what came up when we were going through Michael's stuff.
Yeah, I think so too. So
yeah,
must have been talking about the she squatch. So
she squatch. Yeah, I posted it somewhere, and I guess it was one of the sites or something up north, and they're not familiar with who she is, and they were commenting on, well, you don't look like that, and it's too much this, and I went, what?
Oh, they were like really being.
Oh yeah,
they're critiquing it.
It's like this wasn't a sighting. This was okay. You don't understand she squat. So then I had to send them a picture of.
Yeah.
This is she squat. And they go, oh, okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, they were critiquing it and just tearing it all apart. So.
Oh wow. Yeah, I mean,
it looks like prosthetic. Looks like someone's wearing a prosthetic.
Yeah,
she looks great. And when she puts
that's fake. You know what I mean?
She puts that costume on and she just goes into character. It's amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah, she's a lot of fun.
Flip the switch on, turns into.
She was one of the people that I was most looking forward to meeting, and she was the first person that I met walking in the door. It was Tanya.
Yeah.
So.
It is like a character flip, because even for me with my new little thing I do with Ted, Renee has said that. Like I went into Dollar General the other day. You know what I mean? Like I just wore it went shopping in this thing. Right? I don't. And she even says, she's like, as soon as you put that mask on, she's like, you become somebody else. And I do, because typically I'm a shy guy, right? I don't want to stand out. We do this show, but I don't like public speaking or anything like that. But I put this costume on, and man, watch out. Like I'm all over the place.
Funny.
I'm going to dance. I'm going to, whatever you want me to do, I'm going to do.
That's
so
funny.
So I think I can relate to Tanya on that. You know what I mean? Because you're hidden, like you feel like you're invisible. You know what I mean? And you could do anything,
right?
And nobody can see you. It's a weird feeling. So
And Brian's
I would
gonna
like-
rob a bank next week in that costume.
now I can't. Thanks, Shane. Just ruined my retirement
You
plan,
can't
buddy.
see me.
Just ruined my retirement plan. I had it
Yeah,
all
man.
figured out. I was gonna rob the bank, man. Dang it. I tell you who I'm gonna rob next time. It's gonna be a 16-year-old guy holding
There
some
you-
artwork money.
There he is. That'd be the one. That'd be the one.
All that cash he had. That's
Yeah.
who I'm gonna rob. I know my next target.
But he is an excellent shot.
Well, there you go. There you go. You can't shoot Bigfoot, Mike.
No, you can't.
You can't do that. Not in public.
But he might, but I can't. Because he don't believe in Bigfoot.
There you go. He would be shocked then to get robbed by Bigfoot.
There you go. He'd be a
Yeah.
believer then.
I hope so. So.
Was that a yawn thing?
Yes.
Did you lose oxygen, or are you tired?
No, man. No.
Is that
It's
daylight savings time?
Yeah, it has thrown me off a little bit.
Yeah, I thought we were going to do away with that. So
We should have years ago.
I
Maybe
thought,
next year.
yeah, I thought I heard something about Trump saying that a year or so ago. So
No
About
more
doing
daylight savings time. Never.
yeah, I don't think we
Never
need it
gonna
now.
happen.
You know what I mean?
Never gonna
Yeah,
happen.
yeah. I don't think we need it now. Let's get rid of it. So, this getting home at dark is for the birds. So
Yeah. Yeah, it's like you get home, you got an hour of light, and that's it. It's kind of
Yeah. I had 30 minutes to get brush out to the curb. I didn't get it all. So
time to call in the kids.
Good luck with that.
yeah,
Yeah,
I have to have some of this.
Get
Oh, I
the kids
know.
to work? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, gotta pay them to work. So
Yeah, take out the trash. How much you paying me, Dad?
that's right. Oh yeah, we've got our youngest has a little tally thing he puts up on the fridge. He tallies it up when he does
Is
stuff.
that how much you owe him? Is that what he's adding up?
Yeah.
man, you know what I would do? I would take a copy of the electric bill and I'd stick it next to it, and then I'd take the water bill and I'd make another copy and I'd stick that on there.
There you go.
That's what I would do. They
A
go back and
percentage
get
of
his
it, yes.
get his doctor bill from birth. You know, like he started me out like 10 grand in debt.
You didn't even come into this world.
Yeah. Every pair of socks, I'd stick that receipt up there.
Oh man, shoes. Yeah.
I wouldn't have to
Yeah.
go back that far. I just have to go back a couple of weeks of destruction, and
God.
Yeah.
I got 4 boys, man. And it's if I would have known now what I should have known then, I'd put stainless steel 4 foot up throughout the whole house. Concrete,
Oh, I know,
stainless
right?
steel.
How old are they?
My oldest is 24, and I've got 2 20-year-olds, and I got a 16-year-old.
Okay. Well,
That's kind of close to me. I got what was that, 15, a 16, a 19, and a 22-year-old.
Yeah.
Oh, and a 28.
And only one of them can push my buttons. That 16-year-old, he could push my buttons so fast, he could take me from 0 to drill sergeant in a heartbeat.
Oh, I know.
Kid knows how to push my buttons.
It's like I was just trying to chill today, kid.
Mm-hmm.
Just trying to be.
well, mine are a little bit wider range. Mine 6, 15, and I have one about to be 23. So
You
Yeah,
spaced them out.
yeah. You know, I thought I was done, and then I did it again.
Mhm.
Thought I was done.
That's like this.
Yeah.
It's been 8 years. Time for another kid. So here we are.
Let's say 8 years, it'd be almost time for another wife, right?
That's a sensitive subject there, Mike.
I didn't mean to go there.
The current girlfriend might be watching as we speak. I don't see any.
Okay. I
And
I don't know your past, so there wasn't anything intentional there.
The ex-wife might be watching also. So
Oh, man.
I'm just kidding. She ain't watching. She ain't interested in any of this.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
she
Neither's
always
my
thought it was
ex.
crazy. She always thought it was crazy. I went looking for Bigfoot anyway. So
Yeah.
So she
Big
knew.
non-believer. Yeah. Big non-believer. So
What about you, Mikey? Are you ever going to get out into the woods, or
You
do you
know,
get out into the woods?
I tried to get an invite with my friend up here, and we had it all set. Something happened, never happened. Um, Opportunity, man. I'll jump on an opportunity, but I ain't going out there at night with a flashlight. That's not going to
Yeah.
happen.
well, you're always
So,
welcome in Oklahoma. So
well, I appreciate that.
anytime you're down this way, let us know. So
Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, I'd love to. I'd love to spend more time while I was down there, getting to know people. Actually, I was kind of disappointed on Sunday. I thought the event was a 3-day event, and then I was told to just come back on 11 o'clock on Sunday. We're having a little get together, and then I come back at 11 o'clock. And there's nobody at the conference center. They didn't tell me where to go, and so I see a bunch of pictures posted where everybody had a nice brunch at some inn or someplace. And I was like, that's kind of a bummer. I really didn't say goodbye. I didn't, didn't get to enjoy the final part of it. So
That wool heater. I'm blaming this one on Craig.
yeah,
Man,
not blame it on me. He probably told me and I misunderstood or whatever. But I just didn't understand the itinerary, so I missed that on the last part, which would have been cool. Say goodbye,
yeah, definitely. Well,
or at least till
we
next
missed
year.
out on it too. Yeah, we left Saturday evening. So
Oh, did you? Okay, yeah.
next year will be different.
Yeah, I didn't quite make the bonfire. I was pretty worn out Saturday night, so I think we waited till 9 o'clock, 9:30, and we were just beat up. That was kind of a long, tough day for all of us. So we didn't make the bonfire, but I was looking forward to the next day of brunch, but didn't work out. But so I took him down fishing in the bayou,
Oh, cool.
and then we went down and visited a friend who lives down in Lufkin. Hadn't seen in 5-6 years, so that was cool.
Made your rounds.
I did.
Yeah.
I tried. I never got down to Wimberley to see my brother, but I wanted to. So, but I got into Texas and got to see my mom. Got to spend some quality time with her, which was fantastic. I love seeing mom.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And not just because she's probably watching this.
Ooh, man.
Mike, she gave up on us a long time ago.
Oh, did she?
Yeah, I'm sure she did. Most people do. It's all right.
She's patient, but she ain't that patient.
Hey, we got a big rerun group. That's what we run on right now. Our reruns are big. A live view, not so much. But we're big on the reruns. So they like that fast forward option. So
Yeah.
Well, I sure appreciate you guys inviting me on. I enjoyed this.
Sure.
Oh, hang on.
Anytime.
Look at that.
She's still there.
Oh,
She's still there.
Way to go,
She's
Mom.
your mom's like this right now.
I don't know what he's gonna say. I better watch him. Who knows what he's gonna say?
She's probably he's on there talking to Bigfoot guys, so there's no telling what may pop up. So
Nope, anything could happen.
well, it usually does. So
And I showed her some footage when I was down in Texas, and she's like, "Oh wow, oh wow, oh wow, oh wow." So she was talking to her sister. Said, I might be a believer now. It's like, yeah, I got a couple more videos you could watch.
Yeah,
But she's open minded. It's interesting.
That's
I think
the thing. You have to be open.
Yeah, I think a lot of people could get past the silliness of it. You know what I mean? Because that's the problem people has. Like, I've never seen it. It's silly. It's ridiculous.
Right.
But I think once you go and you meet people that do this and find out that most of us are pretty normal.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? We have normal lives. We're normal people with families. And I mean, 99% of the time we live a very basic, normal life. And so I think for people that are outside our group to come in and see how we act, I think it's kind of refreshing, because they're like, okay, well, these people aren't weirdos. They just have a very odd hobby. And we can't all be crazy because a lot of us have seen this thing.
Right.
And there's too many stories from too many parts of the world with too many similarities for us to all be making up something. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like there has to be an ounce of truth in some of that.
There's something happening out there somewhere in some capacity. You
Yeah.
know, what it is, how it is, the abilities it has, I have no idea. You know, but there's something going on. There's, you know, people are seeing things
Mhm.
all over the country, and not just one or two.
Yeah.
Right.
We are a hoot.
You know, we're a hoot. Yeah, it's not just one or two. It's not just in the, you know, Pacific Northwest. It's not just in Florida. It's not.
Mhm.
It's everywhere.
It's
It is.
everywhere. You know, it's
It
all
really
over the
is.
country. You know, to have sightings in Oklahoma and Tennessee and Alabama and Georgia and Louisiana. You know, it's crazy. And
Yeah.
to hear the different descriptions of what they look like and how they act, how they behave, you know, the way they move, you know, anywhere from the spider crawl to, you know,
I've heard some
resting
stuff
on knuckles, you know.
Woo.
Yeah, it's there's something going on. There's something out there. There's something's
Yeah.
happening. You know, whether
Definitely.
I see it or not, I'm okay with that. You know, yeah, I'd like to have an experience, you know, but that's okay. I believe anyway. You know, I don't need the experience to help me believe. I might, you know, I'd appreciate an experience to help me understand, you know, but I don't
Yeah.
need the experience to help me believe, because, you know, I can research, I can listen to testimony from other people, and, you know, and to hear the way that other people speak, you know, you can tell if they're what they're telling you is what they believe. Whether it's true or not, it's irrelevant. I mean, they
Yeah.
believe what they're saying is true. And I don't want to say from a forensic standpoint, but from an analytical standpoint, you know, that's impressive. It's impressive. You know,
Yeah.
if somebody's going to tell you, I just saw something that's 10 foot tall, 4 foot wide, hairy, you know, black um, giant, and they're scared to death, and they peed themselves or whatever the case may be, and they believe, you know, something's to it. You know, there's
Yeah.
something to it.
Yeah.
They're
They saw
talking
something.
like how their body vibrated when this thing yelled at them, and like you can
Yeah, absolutely.
feel.
Yeah. And that goes back to like, oh, go ahead.
No, I played her the Gimlin film, and then I played her the Sierra tapes, and she was like, I don't know. And I was like, I'm the same way. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what that sound is, you know,
Yeah.
but I know that humans have a very difficult time making those sounds.
You know, it's like when you talk about people, you know, they peed themselves or whatever, and you can sometimes get a better opinion or a better understanding of someone by their physical reaction versus what they're telling you.
Right.
And when I had my visual sighting, I was with Tim Autry. And so for me, whenever I put Tim in a position to look at what I was looking at, I was focused completely on Tim, not on what I was looking at. And so Tim is probably literally 16 inches from my face. We're face to face, but his head's turned. And so when he saw this thing, just his physical reaction, not what he said or like anything like that, like his whole body just kind of quivered, you know, when he
Wow.
saw it. And
Wow.
so I knew right then, and I even whispered to him, I was like, "You see it, don't you?" And he just kind of shook his head, like, "Yeah, what is it?" And I was like, "Just keep watching, you know, just keep looking, keep looking." And so that sold it for me because it justified to me like what I saw. Because at first I'm looking at it like what was that? You know what I mean? Like this thing moved a little bit. Like, did I really see what I just saw? And I seen it like 2 or 3 more times. I brought him over to look, and as soon as his body trembled, I knew it right then. I was 100%, even though
Wow.
I would not admit it to these guys, you know, because like Shane knows, I still didn't say I was 100%. I didn't even talk about it. We didn't talk about it on the drive home. It's a 4.5 hour drive home. Didn't say a word about it. You
Wow.
know, Tim and I kept it really under our hat for a day or two before we finally were kind of like, okay, let's talk about what we saw now. Now that we've calmed down, we've thought it out, we got some sleep, you know, now let's talk about it. But that moment for me, I knew right then, just the way his body reacted to it, because he saw something that wasn't real. You know what I mean? And that's in our brain. He saw an actual thing that does not exist. And so his body reacted to it properly. And so that was all I needed right there. So yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. You know, the
There
body
was
will tell.
there was a young lady contacted me before that I went down to Texas, and she sent me this blurry photo, you know, blob squatch, blurry photo. So I take the photo and I put through some editing software, some filters, and I get it to a point where and I mean, she didn't tell me what was there. And so where I can see it looked like a male to the left, kind of looking off, and then a shorter female next to him. Again, this was just a blur. I could make out eye sockets. I could make out a little bit of the nose and just kind of the profile and the way that he was looking and the way that she was looking. And so I sketched it out and I said, is this what you think you're seeing? And she said, that's exactly what I think I'm seeing. So in the same proportion, same location. So I said, okay. So then I put some more faces to it with what it was. And I showed it to her and she said, that's it. That's what it is. So then I ended up painting it on I think a 16 by 20 canvas. And it was a male and a female. And the male had a very pronounced cone and the female had a very rounded shape head. Some trees were blocking it, but she was looking up at him as he's looking kind of off away, like, I'm protecting you, and she's looking at him. So it was really unique to take that blurry blob squatch photo and to take it through that progression up to a finished product of, an 18 by 20 painting of what she saw. And she said, that's it, that's what it was. So that was pretty cool. So I mean, because she was terrified, when she was talking about what she had seen.
Yeah.
And I love these stories. I got it. I mean, I hear great stories all the time. With what people are seeing, especially the ones that are, that have them around or have clans of them around their properties, or they're feeding them, or offering treats, or they're what's that?
I'm so envious of those people. It's like,
I know.
Yeah. Leaving treats and exchanging things back and forth, and things missing and then showing up later. It's just fascinating stories. Fascinating.
Shane, you need to get into doing the sketching. Get us some.
I was working on one for. I forgot his name, but I don't know.
Yeah, I did one for this. I did one for this guy, and he said, my son and I had an experience. The son was, I think, 10 or 12 when they had the sighting together. It's been 30 something years. They've never talked about it. They've never discussed it any way whatsoever. And he said, I need some closure. So I did this sketch for him. It wasn't a painting. I ended up just doing a sketch. And I did the sketch for him. And we worked on it back and forth a couple times. And it got it to where he said, that's it. That's what I saw. And I said, show it to your son without saying a word. He said, okay. So he got back to me a few days later. He says, as soon as I showed him, he goes, Dad, that's exactly what we saw. So
awesome.
Just looking at that sketch, even though they've never talked about it in 30 years, he said, that's what we saw. That's what I saw. So,
right.
From that sketch, now they've opened a dialogue between father and son of something that happened 30 years ago that they've never talked about. So now they're talking about it. They're actually doing more research together. So it was
cool.
kind of a cool end of a story to, just a guy that needed some closure with his experience.
It was for Kurt Stanley, and he saw a young one.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
This was, you can't really see it that great.
Yeah, I see it.
Send it. Yeah, so you send it to me. And
that's cool.
That's a young one that he saw?
Yeah, and I was working on, because, I'm kind of like you. I keep on asking questions. I was kind of working on the body, a little bit.
Okay.
Because that's how he saw it from the water. And I guess it was standing up on a bank. And
so he's up above at that angle? Okay.
So.
Whose eyewitness account would be pretty cool to sketch?
Who's that?
That had a very lengthy eyewitness account would be Jacob's Dogman.
Oh, yeah.
That's one that he hasn't probably ran across, but Jacob got a very, very long look at that thing. So
now I haven't heard any Dogman stories of any detail, of any depth. They've always just been little blurbs here and there, glancing sightings.
We'll
Very
we'll get
strange stuff.
we'll get Jacob on and do his
Okay.
Dogman story.
Yeah, because
Oh yeah,
if he's got up close and he saw the face and he can give me some detail,
it
I'd
was him
love to
and
try
a
something like
couple of
that.
other guys.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it was his brother and his I think
Boss.
I think his boss, his
That he was
brother and his
working for?
boss. Yep, I
It
think
was in.
so.
It was on the way to Waco.
Yep.
Yeah,
It's a cool story.
you got
It
anybody
is.
with details like that? I'd love to do a sketch.
Yeah.
The more
Yeah.
details, the better. Because
Yeah,
I've never done a Dogman, and I'd like to do some skunk ape stuff.
Oh, dude, we should do that. We should get linked up with Mike.
Yeah, it'd be cool if we can get him to link up with Mike to do the sketch, and then we get Jacob on the show.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Kind of time those together.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
get Mike and Jacob on.
Yeah, that'd be good.
awesome.
I'm all about that. I'd love to see it.
That'd be cool.
Hear it.
Yeah,
Do that.
I'll try to reach out to him. So
It's kind of hard to pin Jacob down. He's a
Man.
lady killing suave.
you said it, not me.
Dude, he was the only. We're out there in Falk. We're beating mosquitoes off. You're like this big. Like fighting off mosquitoes, and we're out there at Smith Park, Alex Smith Park, and Jacob's the only one. That morning he came out. I guess he brought up some kind of little pop-up shower. This dude was all shiny.
Yeah. Got his hair all greased up, was combing his hair, shaving, and he had the cologne on.
He came walking like this. What's up, guys?
Yeah. Had an iron in the fire, was pressing his pants. It was crazy.
That's funny. That's
crazy.
Oh man.
We love that dude. So
yeah, miss Jacob.
Yeah, I'll try to nail him down on that. See if we can't get him on. See what his schedule's like. So
okay,
and get him a mic to link up. So he's not on Facebook much anymore. So I'll
reach out. I'd love to.
I'll text him or call him and see what he's up to.
Give you something different to try out, Mike.
Yeah, absolutely.
For the hell of it, you never know.
Yeah.
I maybe the Dogman guy or something.
Hey, yeah. His encounter, he did his story on another show.
It was on Dogman Encounter.
Yeah, it was on Vic's show, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, a couple years ago.
I'll find it. Yeah, I'll find it, Mike, and I'll send it to you. Then you
please do. Yeah, I'd love to hear it.
And then I'll try to track him down, see if we can't get him on here. So,
damn, he doesn't even live that far from me, really. Where does he live? In Austin?
Yeah, he's in Austin right now.
Yeah, I can get there in a couple hours.
Does anybody live in Austin anymore?
I don't know. I'm sure they do.
I think he does.
I don't know anybody.
Yeah.
Everybody I know lives outside Austin.
Does the guy that wears? Do you remember the guy that wears a skin suit and rides his bike around Austin all the time? Looks like he's naked, but he's not. He just does it on purpose and rides a bike through downtown Austin.
I left Austin in 88, 89 is when I left Austin. So I've been gone a while, but it was still weird when I was there.
Yeah, you probably wouldn't.
No, I hate it now. It's too big. It's way too big. It's way too big. I remember Stevie Ray Vaughan at Nickel Beer Night, no cover charge at a place called The Garden down on 6th Street. So good times. Long gone. Yeah. Long gone times.
Dang.
We're showing our age. Age.
The talent in Austin at that time was just amazing. It was just amazing.
I almost showed my age earlier when we were talking about how people, need to be open-minded with Bigfoot or whatever. I almost showed my age. I said I almost showed my age earlier when we were talking about how people aren't open-minded about Bigfoot. And I'm thinking about my generation, like how we grew up in the library and there was no real books on Bigfoot and the Dewey Decimal System. It's not real.
So when we walked to school uphill both ways with bread sacks on our feet in the snow.
Yes. Oh, I feel a little. Way to kill the vibe there, Shane. Talk about how old we are.
Yeah, there was like 2 books on Bigfoot, and that was it, and I read them both cover to cover repeatedly. So I always thought that
He's
they would
real.
solve this before I got old, and died. And now that I'm old, I mean, I got the next step, and they still have no definitive proof.
Well, let's don't speed that next step up. All right.
I'm gonna have to go find him my damn self.
There you go. There you go.
There you go. Yeah.
Well, like I said, you're always welcome. Come hang out with us if you're down this way.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. Either Squatch Creek or our main area out in Bison, southeast Oklahoma. Either one. So.
God, that area is vast. Squatch Creek is cool though.
Yeah, Squatch Creek is cool. So.
Is that the real name of it? Squatch Creek?
That's just our name for it.
Okay.
So.
I was like, look on a map. I don't know if I'm going to see it. So.
Nah, we had to have something cool to call it. So.
I see.
Yeah. It didn't have, yeah. The original name didn't have any kind of wow factor to it, so we had to jazz it. So
like Mud Creek or something.
Yeah, we had to petition the town and have them change it. You know what I mean? Because our name is way cooler. So
I think so.
So they probably would like that. So
our good buddy,
I could put some illustrations on the petition.
There you go. There you go. We'll just send them one of our cast. So
there you go.
God.
Glue the petition to it. So
how could they refuse that?
Yeah, exactly.
It's funny when you go there and you go because it's a small town. It's Hilton.
Yeah.
And we've already disclosed this information.
Yeah, it's no secret now. So
yeah, it's no more secret. It can't be a secret anymore because stuff. But it's funny how you go around, you talk to people around this little town, and you show them these casts, and I'm like, "Where'd you get that from?"
Yeah,
in your backyard, buddy.
yeah.
Next to your chicken coop.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Oh, not to mention that on our game cameras, we caught a lioness out on our game camera, not a mountain lion,
an African lion.
No kidding.
Yes.
No kidding.
Wow.
Yep.
And we were told not to put it on social media or anything like that by the game warden. So, you ever see us, ask us. It's on our phones.
Yeah, we'll show it to you. So, it's a great photo.
One of those times that you don't go to the game warden. That you shouldn't have gone to the game warden.
Well,
I was just like, "Oh my God, what is going on out here?"
We went back and forth on that, whether or not to go with the game warden, and then I decided to go ahead and call him because I felt responsible in case something happened, because it's a public area. There's families there, people are fishing, things like that.
People
and I thought, man,
out there,
yeah. And I'm like, here we are. We have this evidence that there is a female lion in their area, and so I felt like, man, what if there's some kid out there fishing or something? This thing attacks it. So they went looking for it. Last I heard, they hadn't seen it.
Did they already know? Have they gotten other news reports?
No, they had no idea. I know I went out there to check trail cameras one day where the one that we got the photo off of, and it was white clean. So I think the game warden came through there and got our photos off of that. So
that's interesting.
Yeah, that's unfortunate because there's no telling what was on there. I still think there was probably a photo of Bigfoot fighting this lion.
Oh my God!
Chokehold and
drinking a beer.
And just sitting there smoking a cigar, petting this pet lion. Just
there's a Mothman trying to take off with the lion.
Yeah.
Loud blackbirds on the back of the Mothman's shoulders going woo.
all that was on that camera. Every bit of it.
I knew it, man.
Sucks, man. So, oh well. But yeah, the game warden, he thought I was really just like misidentifying. Yeah, I guess was he probably
picture, buddy. Here you go.
Yeah, and I told him, I said, "Well, is this a cell phone?" And he said, "Yeah." And I said, "Well, I'm going to text you this picture, and you just let me know." And as soon as he opened it, I mean, he was just like, "Holy blank!" He goes, "You got to be kidding me," And I said, "No." He said, "This is here," and I said, "Yeah, this is here," And I sent him a GPS spot of where it was, and I tried to get him to get me permission to the adjoining property. I told him I'd hunt it if he would get me permission, because I wanted to Bigfoot research the area that's private, to the north of it.
No,
All
you
right.
wanted a lion skin rug, is what you wanted.
I would trade out the lion. I would sacrifice the lion to gain access to all this land to the north. Is what I was really hoping. And as a matter of fact, I mentioned the land to the north and to the east. I really didn't need on the east for the lion because I
So
kind of
you were up to negotiation at this point.
yeah
North,
yeah.
east.
yeah and
I'll take whatever you got.
he said he'd get back to me on that, but he never did. So
Yeah, he's not gonna get back
he's
to
not gonna let me go in there.
Oh, there's an alligator out there too. So there's an alligator, alligators, lions, and Bigfoot. Oh my!
Yes, it's an odd place, man. It's an
Oh,
odd
we're starting to call it Jumanji.
as well. This place is crazy.
It
You
is
roll
crazy.
the dice when you go in that area.
Yes,
Seriously.
and we were kayaking it, like nothing, and then we find out there's I don't know how big the alligator. Well, they say it was like 5-6 foot or something.
Yeah, I think it's just a
Oh,
regular.
it's just an appetizer.
Yeah, but
I'd eat
we're
that bitch.
well, yeah.
I
But
I grilled that tail in a heartbeat. Man.
You betcha.
I might have been a little more cautious though when I'm out here kayaking.
I
When there's
know.
an alligator in the.
Well, I'm
in the water.
more cautious about that damn lion.
Definitely,
You know what I mean?
definitely.
Whoa.
So, yep.
Even if you're, because we get up in trees and change out, batteries if it needs, the memory cards, getting all the pictures downloaded onto a machine and clearing the card or, whatever. So it has somewhere, new to fill up. Because we've got a camera out there that's set up on the water and there's a branch that kind of blows. So it's constantly taking these candid shots of this area. You can see across the water. You can also see a bank. So I'm just hoping that, like, out of one of these candid shots, it's going to catch something cool. Because I'm talking about like 5,000 pictures in 2 weeks. Is how many pictures things taken. So, like, if I don't get out there every 2 weeks, anyways, then it's going to fill up. The card will fill up, or batteries will shit the bed, or whatever. So, it's a lot of work just doing that.
It is. It's a full-time job.
Do they have trail cams that will actually download, through satellite GPS, that can, real time, that when it takes a picture, you have it on your phone?
Yeah, they're cellular cameras.
Hey, Brian, Bill has something like that. Mr. Bill.
Oh, did you get one?
So, yeah, he got something. So we're going to test it out.
Yeah,
Cool.
It seems like if you had like a buttload of those trail cams like that, with a mobile command station with some drones, to send a drone up to the location where the GPS coordinates were, got some good footage or whatever, and I had a friend that said they got a lot of hogs out where they're at, and I said, next time you shoot a 300-pound hog, put one of those little locator chips in that hog and dump him out there in the field, and because most of them are just going to pick up a 300-pound hog and carry it with them. They're not going to stay there and eat it. So if that tracker moves, drum the thing.
Yeah.
So
I like your thought. I like it.
Yeah, and all these people that said, I leave peanut butter for them. It's like, well, take the peanut butter out of the plastic, put it in a glass jar, and just leave it without a label, so you get some greasy fingerprints.
Yeah, I like that idea.
Yeah. Definitely.
Maybe I should have been a researcher.
Hey, we got a lot of great ideas, Mike. Our problem is funding. That's what we need. We need funding.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah. We need the money for these crazy ideas that we come up with.
Oh my God. Yeah, we do.
One of us needs to win the lottery quick.
Oh my God.
So we'll get this Bigfoot thing resolved if we can.
We had the funds.
Yeah, we get some cash. We can do it. So.
Oh, I would be living out there at Squatch Creek somewhere.
Yeah.
At least from like January into the spring.
I would buy all the land around the place if I could. So
yeah, you need all of Les Stroud's financial backing and supporters and all of that. You could find
Yeah. We could.
That would help.
Hell, who knows? Since the area's been open.
Yeah.
There's no telling who's going to be in there. That's what kind of sucks, actually.
It does.
We don't know what's going to happen. Hopefully no one steals our damn cameras. That'd be not cool.
We got enough of them around there, though. We can get photos of somebody stealing one. So.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and not to mention, I have GPS tracking on one. I'm not going to tell you which one.
So even if someone does steal one, there's a good chance that we'll see their vehicle or them. Yeah.
My game camera's here. No, it's not. Boo, boo. Bring it in. Is that your bedroom? I think that's under your bed or some shit, isn't it? Yeah. Uh-huh. I'll take it back.
It's pretty pathetic when you got to have cameras to take care of cameras.
That's true.
Man. It's a strange world.
Now, the game wardens have cameras out there, but they're locked. They're locked up.
Yep.
And
Plus, I don't know anyone who wants to steal a game warden's camera. So
I don't want to see any camera.
no. But even a thief doesn't want to steal a game warden's camera.
Hell no. What feeds you to the lion they caught?
Yeah.
It's messed up. That's kind of true. But Michael, you're more than welcome, man, to come out there with us whenever.
I'd love to. Next time, I don't know when I'm gonna get down to Texas next, or when I'm back in that area. I haven't spent much time in the Piney Woods up in the Northeast Texas, Southern Oklahoma area. I've got family in that area, or had family in that area at one time. But all my life, I've never spent much time up there. So going to Jefferson was a real treat. I thought that was beautiful. It's a beautiful country.
It was.
And really, I didn't enjoy the hotel, but yeah.
Where'd you stay at?
Oh, it was a crappy place on the highway, and no internet, no nothing.
Dang.
It was no good.
The executive?
Yeah, that was it. Yeah.
Me too.
No TV, no nothing, no.
Oh, I had a TV.
Yeah, your TV. My TV didn't work for like 2 days.
Here's your room. There's only 3 walls and half a roof.
Yeah. Yeah, I wasn't terribly impressed. I don't require a lot of lavish accommodations, but what I had wasn't very impressive.
I think my room had just got a fresh coat of paint because we walked in and we're like, "Hey, this ain't half bad." So,
now, I guess that was probably because they moved the meth lab out and put it somewhere else.
Probably, yeah,
probably. Sherwin Williams in here.
Yeah, ours wasn't bad. So.
Smells like eggshell.
Eggshell. Yeah, there you go.
That's awesome.
But the area was beautiful. I mean, it was absolutely gorgeous. So I'd love to get back down there. I look forward to get back down there. So yeah, It was a lot of fun.
Awesome.
Well, hopefully this year lines up some good conferences. Oh
my gosh, I hope so. Yeah, I'd like to do a lot this year. Yeah, I can't make any money with there are no conferences. Mm-hmm. All I can do is paint.
Yeah.
And stack them up, I guess.
All we do is spend money at conferences, so we don't make any money. We go there to spend money.
Yeah, I had to buy an auction piece.
Did you really? Which one did you get? What'd you get?
The statue.
Okay.
Stick. Yeah, that was my bed.
That's cool. It was a good one.
It was a good one.
It was
I love it. No, it's cool now, but at the time I was like mortified. Like, I got a what? Oh man, I do have to do that. That is my fault. I'll do it.
Awesome.
I'll just talk to the wife later about it.
Yeah, as we were leaving town, that Bigfoot store, that place that had the Bigfoot sign out front. I don't know what the name of it was, but we had to stop there because they had Bigfoot souvenirs and had the statue or whatever. So I went in there and ended up selling them a couple of paintings. They were going to do a couple on consignment. So I ended up just taking them in, and they said, "Oh, we'll just buy them from you." So sold a couple more as I was leaving town. So that's cool.
Heck yeah!
I came in your store to shop, but you're going to buy something.
Yeah, I'm not interested in Bigfoot socks. Yeah. However, I got something you might be interested in.
Guaranteed.
Your son was like this.
Yeah. Some are like this. Show me the money.
Yeah.
Show me the money.
It's like you got some extra wall space here. I could fill that.
Yes.
That's awesome.
That's good stuff, man. What time is it? Oh man.
What time are we? Yeah, we're an hour.
Is this a 2-hour show?
It's a whatever show, really.
Yeah, it's 20 minutes to 2 hours. I mean, it's just whatever. So we don't have no set time. So we could wrap it if you guys are good with it. So he's out.
Yeah, he's out. Yeah. Me too, man.
Oh, see, yeah. That's definitely an ending right there. So,
I think we're close to the end.
Yeah.
yep.
No, it was awesome having you on, man.
Yeah, I
Really was.
appreciate it. I really do. Enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And great
Enjoy
meeting
your
you.
work.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it, guys. Enjoy yours. Keep up the good work.
All right, buddy. Well, we will see you soon, and we'll talk soon about the other stuff as far as
appreciate it.
all that.
Appreciate it.
All right, buddy.
Take care, guys.
All right, we'll see you.
Easy, Michael.
Bye.
Bye. Well,
that was good. Michael's great, man. What a
Yeah.
great guy. Yeah.
Nice guy. You know what I mean?
I know. How can you not talk to this guy? This guy's
Yeah.
And when you meet him, he's tall. He's a lot taller than you think he is.
He's a big dude. So and very friendly. Like, I mean, he come over and talked to us, and went over and checked out all of his artwork. And I actually bid on one of his pieces in the auction.
Oh, you did?
But I guess whenever that auction closed, I didn't know when it closed, so I didn't go back and check my bid.
It was a silent auction, Brian.
Well, I know, but there's a deadline for the silent auction. So, but you know, we had a lot going on right there at the end of the day, and I didn't. Well, I was gonna walk back by and check it, but I didn't, and so I guess I lost. But I didn't get a piece. So, but I wanted to win. I wanted to win something, and I didn't. So, but that's all right. So, because I'm winning at life.
Oh,
yeah, you know, I had to throw my corny deal in there since you threw one in earlier. So
I know, I always do.
I cannot be outdone. So
I could feel my wife's head shaking over there in the other room.
I heard it. I heard it from here, and not through the headphones. I heard it all the way to Oklahoma City. I heard her shaking her head at me. So yeah, she is so disappointed in my lame dad joke. So. If my daughter was watching, she'd be shaking her head right now too.
Oh
so.
my god! I'm shaking my head now.
I'm shaking my head at myself, but you know, hey, I'm gonna blame it on lack of sleep and complete exhaustion.
Yeah, dude. Like this whole weekend kind of threw me off a little bit.
Yeah,
a little bit.
Yeah, I've been busy. I've been real busy.
Yeah,
a lot going on here at the Hewlin house.
Oh.
A lot going on here. So
what's going on over
there? If I could turn my camera right now, you would just be amazed. There's a lot going on over here. So
that's what's going on over here.
Figure which way.
Smells like sun wrapping raspberry over here.
Is that what it is?
Oh boy. Oh hell. Okay.
Oh, look at that special guest. So well, I'm glad he made it on. I was worried there for the first 15 minutes or so that we was gonna have technical difficulties and he wouldn't make it. So but it worked out.
Well,
it always does.
It does. It does always work out. So what, 2 weeks from now?
2 weeks from today?
2 weeks from today. We shall
do
meet
this again. All right. Sounds good to me.
All right, brother.
Well, you click us on out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You sign us on, you sign us off.